This is the Sam Houston Coaches Show, presented by HEB, live from True Texas Barbecue. Let's join the voice of the Bearcats, Carlos Zimmerman.
And a pleasant good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to our final edition of the Sam Houston Coaches Radio Show. I'm your host, Carlos Zimmerman. Glad to have you with us tonight on a Monday night at True Texas Barbecue inside HEB. We're going to mix it up again for you for this last show. Joining us first, and please give a big round of applause to Sam Houston women's basketball head coach Ravon. Come on. Coach, how are you?
I'm well. How about yourself?
Doing very well. Glad to have you back here on the show. So, as always, just an opening statement from the last two ball games against SFA and RGV.
SFA, I thought we had a great start. We got into some foul trouble and lost momentum in the game to a really good team. And that's things that just can't happen if you want to be successful in that game. UTRGV, another game. Well, you should win at the free throw line. We go into overtime. We just didn't execute efficiently as we should. And, I'm pretty sure Shunt to tell you that as well. You hate to lose those type of games, but it's also a learning experience for those kids that's taking those shots at the line. So, just want to finish our games the right way, and you get the results that you're supposed to have.
Absolutely. Looking back at the SFA game, I know it's always a tough atmosphere to go into there in Nacogdoches. But what were some more of the positive things to take away from that ball game?
The most positive things that we're taking away right now is we've had a different lineup going into every game. As far we have our core, but I'm just trying to stay healthy and things like that. But I think our kids executed the zone early. Took SFA out a lot of things. I thought that some of our kids that hadn't played well stepped up and played. Like Renee is really blossomed. I mean, she's really getting into the rhythm of the game and things like that. But the biggest piece, towards the end is just staying composed. In a game like that, you just want to make sure your kids stay composed and be prepared for the next game.
One player I want to highlight from that ball game was Tierney Coleman, 21 points for you guys. I mean, how vital has it been to have another scoring option like her this season after she got by all the nagging injuries she was dealing with?
The Stephen F. Austin game, she took a hard fall. She got clipped at the end. Oh. So, Carlos, don't put any more bad juju on us. So, just trying to stay healthy. But, she's someone who can score in volume. She's an elite scorer. She's somebody that demands the basketball when she's in the game. But so, having her come around at this stage of our season has been really, really crucial and has helped us tremendously. You just want to make sure that we can keep the momentum with those guard play. We've had some really good guard play to help win us games. So you want to keep the momentum with those kids.
And then looking back at UTRGV, second overtime game this month in a span of about 10, 11 days or so. That's tough to do with the team. And so were there any other positive takeaways from that and anything that you would have hoped would have gone a little bit differently?
Yeah, I'll be lying to you, and Shantia tell all the kids that I'd be lying if I tell you there was any positivity that I thought going into the locker room, because it was definitely a game we should have won that we didn't take care of. But the biggest thing is we are playing overtime games, and I tell our kids all the time, you never want to be in overtime on the road. You want to take care of it in regulation, But the free throws has been a big problem. I think we went 15 to 27 from the free throw line, and that's something you can't do to be successful. But, we're not going to just give up. We're not going to lay down, and that's something that I'm proud of them for. They continue to fight. They're resilient in games. You're never going to see a women's basketball game with us where you're just going to see kids just lay down and give up. We're going to always fight, and so that is a positive for those young ladies.
So that's a perfect segue into talk about resiliency. I looked at this earlier over the weekend. Michaela Wood, she played 41 minutes in that ball game, and I know that's a lot to ask out of a young player. just what did it mean to be able to just continuously get that energy out of her in that ball game?
That you're saying a lot, because in UTA she played like 45 minutes.
Wow.
So, logging those long minutes take a lot of mental draining on you. And not one time did she complain or did she, ask for a different responsibility. I think in UTRGV, I think she guarded number 2, their best player. So she had responsibilities on both sides of the floor. Asking the kid to do that and her doing it, it says tremendous about the kids that you bring into the program, And I think another kid that's logging a lot of minutes right now, was Kaylee Jefferson. Yep. She was somebody that logged a lot of minutes in both overtime games and just in this time of the season. So, having those kids to log those minutes and commit to even trying to win with that type of responsibility on it says a lot about them.
Coach, 2 games left, both of them at home inside Bernard G. Johnson Coliseum. How important is it for you guys just to be able to just spend your last bits of the season in the confines of your own building?
I think it's important. I think we got back at 2 o'clock in the morning. 2 days ago. So I think it'll be good to be at home, to be fresh, to take care of business here in front of our home crowd. I think that's something the girls talked about today in practice is just making sure we take care of business. And not only that, but, we still want to fight to make sure that we're in good spirits when we make it to Vegas. We don't just want to make it to Vegas. We want to go to Vegas and go win a tournament. So, those are the things that we're talking about right now.
How was practice today in preparation for what's coming up tomorrow?
Practice was good today. I don't think I probably said that on the show. But practice has been good today. We had a really good practice, energetic practice, a positive practice. I think that everybody was locked in today in practice, and that's something that, I ask them every day. They have to come in and prepare for practice like we prepare for games. So I thought practice was really good today.
Good. Looking at Abilene Christian tomorrow, you already beat them once this year over their place at the Moody Coliseum, 69-66. But that was your second conference game of the year, so a lot has changed since then. How are y'all approaching it tomorrow?
Both teams have grown since then. I think that we've gotten better, and I think they've gotten better, but our girls are excited about the challenge. It's a team that I don't think that our girls really like a lot. So, I think they're excited about that. But the biggest piece to it is, both of us have something on the line. We're both playing for something.
Yeah.
It's not like we're just showing up and finishing out the season like some schools or some teams are. We're both playing for something. So, I think the biggest piece is going to be defending the three, the pace of the game, and rebounding the basketball.
So you sit currently in 7th in the resume seating as it was released earlier today. You would face UTRGV again if the season were to end. Let me just ask you this. In a figurative sense, if that were to happen, how important would it be for you guys to try and go get that revenge game, the rubber match, if you will?
Oh, it's not even a question. It's an understanding that we're going to get the game, and that's something we talked about. We're not going to go out here and guess what we're going to do. We're going to go out here and do what we say we're going to do. We're going to prepare the right way, and we're going to try to win games the right way. And so I think it's like a fresh wound. We definitely want to get our lick back, and that's something that we talked about today as preparing for these last games. It's like you want to have really, really good games before going into the tournament because when you get to the tournament, the records go out the window.
That's right.
And that's something that we talked about.
Now, Coach, since this is our last show, it's a bit of a reflection time on this season since we won't be able to talk after these two games coming up. If you were to do a retrospective on this season, where would you mark this season in comparison to past ones?
This season's been different. Just like the young ladies on this program are different. It's definitely been a growing pains for a coach as far as injuries. We've never had this many injuries in our program. We've never had this many low numbers.
Yeah.
So, that's been something that, we've as a staff has had to grow from and just understand we can only control the controllables. And so something that, moving forward, I hope we never have to experience it again, but we'll definitely be better prepared for it. And, it's really hard. I don't think I talk about a lot of teams in the locker room. We just talk about our tradition and culture here. And, before I got to Sam, I didn't think we had great tradition in women's basketball as far as, like, being a program that everybody was going to respect. And that is something that we talk about constantly. Not with any comparison, but it's definitely a season where, as a program, as a coaching staff, and as players, I think everybody has grown.
And that's always good. Whenever
Absolutely.
you have a season that you're able to grow, it's always a positive season.
Absolutely.
Coach, before I let you go, I let every single player do this, and this obviously helped Coach Hooten, who just walked in, prepare for the end of his interview. Is there anybody that you would love to give a shout-out to?
Of course, my mom and dad. They're the biggest supporters in my life, and all of my siblings, all 5 of them.
Big family.
Absolutely. But most importantly, to the fans and the community and definitely administration who helps us day in and day out make this program go as smoothly as possible.
All right, there you have it. Y'all give it up for head coach Ravon Justice. Coach, let me just say it's been an absolute pleasure to have you on. This is the first time we've been able to have women's basketball on the show, and it's been an honor to have you guys all season long.
Absolutely. Thank you so much for having us.
Absolutely. Well, we're not done with our women's basketball segment here. Coming up next on the show, we'll talk to the junior transfer guard in Shanti Henry. After this, on the Sam Houston Coaches Radio Show, live from HEB.
At HEB, we know that game day is about more than the game itself. The taste of victory is unparalleled, but so is the taste of HEB jalapeno poppers hot off the grill. Seeing the best players in their prime is truly something to behold. So is an HEB Prime 1 burger that you grilled to perfection. For low prices on all the things that make game day great and delicious, visit HEB, your official game day headquarters, or use the Buy HEB app to order curbside and start prepping for game day right away.
Curious about what real estate agents enjoy the most? It's about reminding our clients that dreams really do come true. RE/MAX is the #1 real estate company nationwide. Remax Prime Properties is a locally owned family business in Huntsville. Need a realtor knowledgeable in our area? Call one of our experienced agents and let us guide you home. Remax Prime Properties is located at 1215 Financial Plaza, Huntsville, Texas, and is a proud partner of SHSU Athletics. Eat 'em up, Cats.
Introducing Optimum's award-winning internet, the official internet provider of Sam Houston Athletics. Available right now, right here in Huntsville, giving you the power to get closer to what you love, like, say, the Bearcats, and go farther through award-winning internet with 99.9% reliability, smart Wi-Fi 6 for whole home Wi-Fi coverage, and 24/7 customer service. Get closer and go farther. Call 1-866-9-OPTIMUM or sign up at optimum.com today. And go Bearcats!
You value your time. So does First Financial Bank. We know all time is precious. Me time, family time, play time. Important tasks like banking take away from that time. First Financial Bank's digital banking solutions place financial decisions at your fingertips in seconds. From personal banking to securing your financial wellness, visit ffin.com/your-time to see how you can take back your time. First Financial Bank, member FDIC.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, here on the Sam Houston Coaches Radio Show, our final show of the season as we get ready to get y'all ready for the rest of this conference play, and then WAC Vegas coming up next week. Before we move along here on the show, again, I want to remind you folks, they got some smoked brisket chili back there for all of you to enjoy. Cheddar cheese, topped with sour cream and green onions. Go check it out over there at the counter. It is available until March the 28th. All right, joining us now is the junior transfer guard from Sam Houston women's basketball in Shanti Henry. Y'all give it up for Shanti. Shanti, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing great. Glad to have you on the show tonight. So just kind of get a little background on you, let Bearcat Nation know about you a little bit. So you hail from Wichita, Kansas. I mean, just talk to me about, growing up there.
I mean, there's not a lot to it. It was fun.
It was fun. A lot of open land up there, I know.
Yeah, there's not a lot of trees. A lot of just there's nothing.
Nothing. I mean, that's Kansas for you.
Yeah.
There's not much going on up there. So talk to me a little bit about just your decision to, gravitate towards playing basketball.
I started playing basketball because my dad's a basketball coach, and then my older sisters play basketball, so I just followed them.
Just followed suit? Mm-hmm. Nothing wrong with that. Did they end up playing in college as well?
They just played for fun.
So you're the first.
Yeah.
Go up and play college ball. There you go. Did you play any other sports growing up? All basketball, all in. Nothing wrong with that at all. So you played at Andover High School. I mean, what was that experience like playing over there in high school?
It was interesting, and not a lot of people there played basketball, so that was tough, but I had a good coach, and he always made it fun.
That's good. What was the kind of the thought process that you go through? Because I know it's a big jump from high school to the collegiate level to play basketball. I mean, what was that? Talk to me through that process going from high school to playing in college.
It's a lot tougher. There's a lot more commitment to it. You have to work on your game every day, and the competition's at a way different level, but it's fun.
And that's all that matters at the end of the day. Just got to be fun. She knows what I'm talking about. So you started out at Mineral Area Community College, and then you moved on to Western Nebraska. From your experience at the JUCO level, I mean, what did you learn the most from it?
I think JUCO teaches you to actually or it helped me fall more in love with the game, because it was always, we just worked on basketball and it was fun, and yeah.
It helped craft your skills a little bit more. It's good. What factored into coming down here to Sam Houston?
I went on my visit here and I met one of the players, Maddie. She was really nice, and I felt a connection with her. And then I met my coaches, and I really liked them, and I liked when they gave me a tour, and I liked how they talked about the team and the culture and how they run stuff here.
So you would say a very good first impression coming in here? Well, hey, that's always good. First year at the D1 level, what's that been like for you?
It's a change from JUCO because the level's at a better competition, but it's been fun learning more about myself and trying to get better.
What's been the biggest learning curve for you coming in as a junior transfer?
It would be just that the pace of the game is a lot faster at this level.
Definitely. You feel like you've caught up with it, though? There, that's good. See, there you go. You guys, let's talk some business real quick. You got 2 big games coming up this week, both at home, Abilene Christian and then New Mexico State on Thursday to wrap up the year. I mean, just what's going to be most important from your perspective to be able to come away with 2 big wins before Vegas?
Well, in practice, we've been preparing a lot. Our coaches have given us a lot of what we need to do in our game plan. Most of it's just executing now.
Thoughts on getting to play for that wonderful lady over there, head coach Ravon Justice?
Oh, I love it.
Yeah, what about it do you love?
I have a pretty good relationship with her, and she makes practices hard, but it's still fun. And yeah.
Got to keep the fun in it. Got to. There you go. All right, I'm going to throw some more rapid fire your way, Shanti. Again, folks, here on the Sam Houston Coaches Radio Show, talking with women's basketball player Shanti Henry. Favorite memory as a Bearcat so far?
I think my favorite memory was when it was Halloween and we all dressed up in costumes, and then she just let us watch film and we just celebrated Halloween.
Wow. That's the first one, because every single women's player I've asked before that was, the TCU game.
Oh, yeah, that
the
was
game
fun,
against
too.
TCU. But, I mean, wow, all right. I like that, though. I like that. Halloween, dressing up, that's always good. That's always fun. Who's really been a big mentor to you in your basketball career?
Probably my dad, because he's the reason why I started playing basketball, and he's taught me about everything I know, and he always comes to the gym with me to shoot and stuff.
Just helps you along, keep crafting your skills and stuff. That's good. Favorite place you've traveled to so far this year with the team?
Seattle. That was fun. We went to go to like that big market area.
Yep.
And it was cool seeing all of the different. It's a lot different from Texas.
Oh, 1,000%. Did it rain a lot when y'all were there? Wow. All right. Good. Did y'all get sleep while y'all were there? Because the old adage, sleepless in Seattle.
Oh no, we got lots of sleep.
There. It's good. It's good. Got them on the right mindset. What's your favorite part of those road trips besides the ball games, of course?
Probably having like team dinners or team lunches where we just get to talk to each other.
Have you had a favorite meal that y'all have had so far?
I don't know. They're all pretty good.
They're all pretty good. I mean, hey, nothing wrong with that whatsoever. Since you've gotten here to Texas, which I know it's a little bit different from growing up in Kansas, I mean, what's been your favorite part about living around here?
Probably the weather in Kansas. It's really inconsistent. Like one day it'll be 80 and the next day it'll snow. So here it's pretty nice. The weather is always pretty constant.
Yeah, I would argue for the most part, depends on the season.
Yeah.
I mean, you haven't lived here for a full year yet, right? Oh, just wait for the summertime. Just wait. It's going to be, I promise it's fine, but it's really hot. What kind of music do you like to listen to before a ball game?
Before a ball game? It kind of depends on if I need to like calm myself if I'm too nervous or not, but usually like either like hip hop or pop.
Okay.
Something upbeat.
Do you have a favorite particular artist you like listening to?
No.
Just throw it on
like
shuffle and see what happens.
shuffle, yeah.
There you go. Favorite food, just in general.
Favorite food, probably sushi.
Sushi. They got some good sushi here at HEB. Yeah, you got to go try it out. You don't have a favorite artist, you said? Okay. Favorite athlete growing up?
Probably Skylar Diggins. I liked watching her when she was at Notre Dame when I was like a little girl. Yeah.
See, I knew that one. I didn't remember the Tennessee player that. I forgot which player it was. Thank you, says my producer. Favorite thing to do in your spare time?
Watch TV, like Netflix or Hulu.
Are you on any favorite shows right now?
I usually just kind of watch documentaries.
Okay. Like what kind of documentaries, though? There's a lot out there. Is it appropriate for radio?
Yeah, she just likes dark humor.
Yeah.
There you go. Favorite season?
Favorite season, fall.
Fall. What about the fall? Because it's pretty.
Yeah, I like when the leaves fall and it's not too hot or too cold.
It's always good. Do you have a dream vacation that you want to go on?
Probably like somewhere on an island.
So Hawaii, Bahamas, Bermuda, any of those?
Yeah.
Yeah, no. I'm still trying to lobby with him to try and get a tournament in like the Caribbean somewhere at some point in the near future. We'll see what happens. Favorite holiday?
My birthday.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
Does it land on a holiday or is it just
No.
You just treat it as a holiday. When's your birthday?
August 26th.
I'm going to have to look up if there's any holidays that land on that day. Not any big ones, I know, but either way. That's a new one, though. I've never heard of that one. What's something about you that many people may not know about you?
Yeah, I sleep on airplanes. It doesn't matter if there's like really bad turbulence or anything. I'll sleep through all of it.
Does not matter. Wow. I wish I had that, because I think we had like bad turbulence on our way into Edinburgh for UTRGV, and I could not sleep. But that's impressive. I like it. So, I know you're from Wichita, Kansas. Are you a big football fan?
A little bit.
Were you happy that the Chiefs won the Super
Yeah,
Bowl?
of course. It's like the home team.
Yeah, so she's shaking her head.
But I also like the Cowboys.
It's close enough. I'm not a Cowboys fan by any stretch. He knows what I'm talking about. Yes, indeed. All right, Shanti, before I let you go, anybody you want to give a big shout out to?
My parents. Love you guys.
Absolutely. All right, y'all give it up for Shanti Henry. Thanks for coming on.
Thanks for having me.
Absolutely. All right, folks, we're going to flip over to the men's side of things coming up after the break. Head coach Jason Hooten will join us next here on the Sam Houston Coaches Radio Show, live from True Texas Barbecue.
Eat 'em up, cats. Are you looking to buy or sell real estate? Emblem Properties is here to help. We can help with residential, land, commercial, and even leasing of investment properties. I'm Sherry Barrett, the proud owner and broker of Emblem Properties, and we offer the customer service difference where our clients are number one. Emblem Properties focuses on you and your needs, not on our rankings. Reach out to Emblem Properties today at emblempro.com, proud corporate sponsor of SHSU Athletics.
At H-E-B, we know that game day is about more than the game itself. The taste of victory is unparalleled, but so is the taste of H-E-B jalapeno poppers hot off the grill. Seeing the best players in their prime is truly something to behold. So is an H-E-B Prime 1 burger that you grilled to perfection. For low prices on all the things that make game day great and delicious, visit H-E-B, your official game day headquarters, or use the My H-E-B app to order curbside and start prepping for game day right away.
When you open a crisp, cold Bud Light, you know game day is here.
Touchdown!
You owe me $5.
We mean every sound. Enjoy responsibly. 22 Anheuser Bud Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
On the field or just on the go, UT Physicians Orthopedics is with you during life's unexpected stumbles. We offer comprehensive treatment options, on-site imaging, and personalized care. With locations across the greater Houston area, you can find care close to home. Visit utphysicians.com or call 888-4UT-DOCS to schedule an appointment today. Better healthcare starts with you. UT Physicians.
Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back here on the Sam Houston Coaches Radio Show. I'm your host, Carlos Zimmerman. Glad to have you with us tonight. Our final show of the year as we get ready for Wack Vegas coming up next week. Want to remind you folks that the great folks here at True Texas Barbecue, their brisket makes everything better, folks. You got to go try it. I mean, with dinner with family and friends.
It's really good.
It is really good. Fatty, lean, however you want to get it.
I like the fatty one. It's really good.
Yes, it is so good. I mean,
it's juicy.
Yes.
Juicy. It's good.
I'm going to probably go get some after this. So remember,
it's making me pretty hungry for sure.
Remember to go check him out over there at the counter here at True Texas Barbecue. All right, joining us here is the main guy himself here from Sam Houston men's basketball head coach Jason Hooten. Y'all give it up for Coach. Coach, how are you, my friend?
Good, thank you. Doing
Absolutely.
Good. Appreciate it.
Glad to have you on as always. Opening statement, big wins over California Baptist and Southern Utah over the last couple of days.
Both games, we kind of got off to a slow start, but we didn't shoot the ball in either game, but I thought our guys played really hard, and we were physical, and I thought it was two of our better defensive games. Two teams that are known for offense for sure. Cal Baptist, I can't remember what they were averaging, but they were definitely a very skilled and talented big group that could shoot. And then, of course, Southern Utah is fourth in the country in scoring, averaging 84 a game. So, to hold those guys to 57 and then Cal Baptist to 45, I thought our guys, did a great job of playing hard, doing what they needed to do, and then the coaches did a tremendous job of getting them prepared and did a good job with the scouting reports for sure.
briefly touching on those slow starts, what do you think that was most attributed to?
Shoot, Carlos, man, I don't know. If I knew, maybe you do my job and I'll do yours. I don't know. I got no idea. I thought we were ready to play, and we just didn't shoot the ball very well. I thought there were some stretches in the second half where we played pretty good offensively. But, that Cal Baptist game, it was just it was a grind, and we were ahead by 7 at halftime. I was excited about that, to be up at 7 at halftime. But, I don't have an answer to that. I do think that, we need to execute better. We need to screen better. We play teams that make us screen, and we're not screening as good as we need to. We definitely need to screen better. And then, Saturday night, I thought in the second half, Lamar, who's going to be on tonight, I thought he really got us going in that stretch where he could really score, and he's very capable of doing that. And then, I thought down the stretch, Quay took over, which he's done quite a bit this year.
So talk about, stepping up in big ways. The bench really stepped out again against California Baptist. Anthony and and Damon getting you guys good minutes there. It's kind of ebbed and flowed with the bench. Start of the year was up. They were doing pretty well, and then it kind of tailed off in the middle of conference. Now it's back up at the upswing at the right time. So just talk to me about this bench. We talked about it all year long, but this depth has just been astronomical this year.
It's been a strength of the teams, for sure. We've had some guys that have stepped up and had games where they've played really well and done some things. Anthony's had his moments for sure, which most freshmen do. Lamar is a guy who's basically like a starter. He's come off the bench for the most of the year, and yet, very capable of being a starter-type player. And then, Damon has done some good things for us. He's been consistent. Kean has been consistent. And then before JD got hurt, I thought our bench was like as good as I've ever seen. And losing him was a big hit for sure. We've missed him over the last couple of weeks in some games where, down the stretch, especially like Saturday night where we're getting pressed at the end. It was nice to have him and Quay both in there, where you basically have 2 point guards to get the ball up the floor and 2 guys that can make free throws at a high level.
So good segue into talking about Lamar, who we'll have coming on next. I mean, he's become that true X factor off the bench for you guys, especially, like you said, since JD went down. I mean, throughout this entire season, what have you liked from him and the growth that he has had since day one?
Well, he's definitely grown. There's no question about it. I think Lamar played at a junior college where he was, a guy that they had to turn to, and that he, had some really good games and scored a lot of points. And then, coming, I think, to Division I and just trying to learn what this is all about. But really with Lamar, it's more just about trying to learn what it takes to be special, to be really good on a day-to-day basis. And that's something that he's still trying to figure out and trying to learn. I'm proud of how far he's came. Defensively, when he's really locked in, he gives us an X factor because he's 6'4", and he's tall, and he can really guard when he wants to. Notice I put in that when he really wants to. And I think that's the biggest thing with Lamar, is just at some point in time, and I hope maybe Saturday night in the second half will be things to come. We've seen that from him in stretches this year where he was one of our best players, but he's got to be consistent with it. I told him the other day he doesn't want to be known as the little boy who cried wolf. And I don't know if he had ever heard that story before or not. Although he's from Arkansas, he's probably heard it before. But, I just told him, you don't want to be that guy. You want to be the guy that everybody, he's had some really, really good practices, but I want to see him carry those over into the game. And I want him to be consistent every night. He scored 15 points the other night, and, I would have never guessed it. Although he made a couple shots in a row, I would have never guessed he had 15. It was so quiet. And that's a good thing. But the other side of that is that I need him to be able to do that more often. And he knows. I think he knows. He's just got to get there. He's got to get to that point where he can be that everyday guy, and he can be a guy that is starting and a guy that you depend on to get 15. He's capable of scoring 15 points every night.
Absolutely. Kind of backtracking real quick before we look ahead, it's what's coming up. The common theme in between CBU and Southern Utah. Well, from CBU, you were able to get your starters some rest down the stretch, and then Quay just went off against Southern Utah there in that second half. 16 points that other night, and then he went off, like I said, against Southern Utah. He's really become that guy that y'all needed from day one.
Yeah, Quay's special. I think every team, that you coach, you always have a guy that, you can always depend on, and a guy that can maybe do some things that other people can't do. We had that last year with Savion. Savion was special and really a talented player. And Quay he's that guy for us this year, and just in a different way. I mean, he doesn't average quite as many points as Savion does, but he affects the game in the same way because he gets a basket when you need it. He can create things for other people when you need it. And then he's been really good defensively. And I would say over the last 2-3 weeks, he's really picked it up on defense. I think he's a gamer. I know he's a gamer. I also know that he understands the end is near and that he needs to do whatever he can to help us try to get to the end goal and the end result. And so we're blessed to have him. We'll miss him for sure. But, it's part of basketball. You lose players like that, and then, you just got to try to find a way to go get another one.
Right. 2 more games coming up. You get Abilene Christian at home on Friday, but you got a big one on the road Wednesday night in Nacogdoches against SFA, possibly for the final time as conference mates. I mean, you never know what's going to happen going forward, but thoughts going into that game not having won at the WRJ since 2019?
Yeah, I mean, they're good. They're playing really well right now. They've got a couple of kids that maybe didn't play as good against us as they're playing right now. Their point guard has really stepped it up. They've got a wing player that's playing terrific right now. They've got a lot of experience like we do. I know they'll have their senior night on Wednesday, and I think they've got like 4 or 5 guys that they're going to send off. So, it'll be a big game for them. Last time those kids will ever play in that gym. They'll be ready. I think I told our guys today as we were going through video, it really wouldn't be any different than if they had beat us the first time. If they had beat us, then I would be getting our guys rared up and ready to go, just like I am, even though we did beat them. And so, it's a big game for us because we control our own destiny. I told our guys this today, but if you use the formula and you figure everything out, if we win out, we're going to be the number 1 seed no matter whether Utah Valley wins out or not.
Yep.
So I don't know how many people know that. I'm sure Cody knows that. He's such a statistic guy over there and stat man. But yeah, we win our 2 games. Even if Utah Valley wins their 2 games, we're still the number 1 seed.
Yep.
So and if we win our 2 games and Utah Valley loses a game, then we're co-champs. So we're playing for a lot. Yep. I mean, if you can't get up, I told our guys, if you can't get up and get ready to play right now, then I don't know. I don't know what to tell you. I mean, I can go in there and stand on my head and yell and scream and fire them up, beat on my chest, take my shirt off, whatever. But none of that matters if you can't get yourself ready to play right now at this time of the year for what you got, what you're playing for, and then to be able to play at your rivalry, which I would assume they're going to have a heck of a crowd over there Wednesday night. Man, what'd you come to college for?
Yeah.
Besides to get an education, to me, that's the ultimate goal. And I'm blessed. I feel blessed that we're playing in that kind of, you're playing for that right now, which is what you want to do as a coach.
Talking about, this rivalry a little bit, for the first half of it, you were up against Brad Underwood, and then for this back half, you've been with Coach Keller. I mean, I know the rivalry is fierce, but I'm sure you've got quite the mutual respect with both of you guys.
Oh, he called me last night. I mean, he's a good friend of mine. We talk a lot. Coach Underwood did a great job. One of the only coaches that I've never beaten before, or we have never beaten before. I'm still trying to find my back end because he whipped it many, many times. And I don't know what the records are. I think Kyle and I have probably beaten each other about equal amount of time over the however many years he's been here now. And, we have a lot of mutual respect for each other. He does a great job. I think our programs mirror each other quite a bit. I think both teams are demanding to play hard and physical. And, they're playing for a lot. They're trying to still get in the top 4. I think if they win these next 2 games, they probably will because they're going to get a lot of points from us in Utah Valley if they happen to win. So I think they're playing for quite a bit right now, and, I think it'll be a good game.
So last touch on this, just overall keys to winning big on the road. And like I said, it's been 4 years since you guys have won at that place.
I think we just got to do what we always do. We got to play hard, be physical, be tough, take care of the ball, handle the runs and the ups and the downs, and make some dang shots.
Yeah.
I think if I'm a really good coach when we make shots. So we just need to make we need to make some shots. And, if we'll make some shots like we did at Tarleton, then we'll be in good shape.
Coach, since this is our last show, and I had to ask this with Coach Justice as well, I mean, since we won't get to talk to you after these 2 games next week, if you're doing a retrospective on this season, I mean, just where does it stack up in the more recent years?
I don't know. I always look at, I think I don't really look at a season until it's completely done, and I've had a couple of weeks to decompress, and then I think you always can value or grade your season after that. I mean, this team has an opportunity to be the best team we've ever had because they still got a chance to go to the NCAA tournament, and that's the one thing that we're still trying to do. So, if these guys can find a way to win 3 games in Vegas, and then I can maybe sit down and say this is the best team that we've ever had. They have a chance to. They have a chance to be the best defensive team we've ever had, probably back until 2015 and 16 when we had Holyfield. That team that year legitimately gave up 39%. We were number 4 in the country behind San Diego State, Virginia, and Kansas.
Wow.
We were 4th in the country in field goal defense, and this team has a chance to do that. We're at 39% right now. Still got a lot of ball left, but if we can do that, then this can be the best defensive team that we've ever had. And Casey gives us that anchor like Mike Holyfield did. Maybe not quite as good a shot blocker as Mike, but Casey definitely affects the rim, and he affects people driving in there. He's done an unbelievable job. He was really good this week. I thought he was a big part of those wins, even though, he had like 9 points and 6 rebounds. I mean, that if Casey gets 9 and 6, we're dang good. And he's been a huge, huge anchor to our defense. So, I don't know. That's a broad answer and a kind of a vague question, I guess. I think this team has an opportunity to be one of the best we've ever had, yes.
Absolutely. I guess only time will tell at this point.
Time will tell, yes.
All right, Coach, before I let you go, since this is our last show, is there anybody you want to give a shout-out to?
Shout out to. That's kind of like give a shout-out.
You've had 8 weeks to practice.
Yeah, I don't know. I guess when you're 53 years old, I didn't really think about giving shout-outs. You know what I mean? So anyway, I'll give a shout-out. I'm sure my family's watching. I think my dad is watching, so I'll give a shout-out to my dad, my dad is the GOAT. Mm-hmm. So he's the guy that I'm where I'm at today. I think I get my accountability, my toughness, my attention to detail, my OCD. I think I get all those things from my dad. Probably get my mouth from my mom. My dad doesn't have a lot to say usually, and when he does say something, you better pay attention. He's a man of not a lot of words, but when he does speak, it usually means something. He also, if you tell him you're going to do something, you better also do it. So I think I got all that stuff from him. I probably got my mouth from my mom. And my mom, she's kind of like a firecracker, which Coach Justice says I can be a firecracker sometimes. So I probably got that part from my mom, which is good. You take those 2 things together, and I think it's a good combination.
Absolutely.
So I appreciate them. I'm sure they're watching tonight, so thank them for everything.
Absolutely. All right, y'all give it up for head coach Jason Hooten. Coach, it's been great to have you. Glad to have this show back, and best of luck the rest of the way.
No, appreciate you being doing this, and appreciate the university doing this. I thought this was great. Coach Justice, I was super impressed with Coach Justice and her girls. I thought that her ladies did a great job, every one of them that interviewed, and then our guys I thought did a great job. And Lamar, we saved the best for last, so I know Lamar's going to come over here tonight and just nail this and knock it out. But we appreciate the opportunity of getting our brand out there. I think our programs are very respectable. Our ladies and our men's program are very respectable. We appreciate HEB and True Texas Barbecue for hosting this as well, and you and your main man right there.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
Man behind the lens.
Behind the lens, Jordan Smith over here. So we'll step aside and take one final break. One final player for the show this season. We did save the best for last. Lamar Wilkerson joins us coming up next.
Curious about what real estate agents enjoy the most? It's about reminding our clients that dreams really do come true. RE/MAX is the #1 real estate company nationwide. RE/MAX Prime Properties is a locally owned family business in Huntsville. Need a realtor knowledgeable in our area? Call one of our experienced agents and let us guide you home. RE/MAX Prime Properties is located at 1215 Financial Plaza, Huntsville, Texas, and is a proud partner of SHSU Athletics. Eat 'em up, Cats.
Bearcat fans, get game ready with Barefoot Campus Outfitter, your one-stop shop for all things Sam Houston State. Going to games, going to class, or hanging with friends, Barefoot's got you covered. Show your Bearcat pride with polos, caps, tees, novelty items, decals, and more. With new items arriving weekly, Barefoot Campus Outfitter is located across from the university on Sam Houston Avenue. See you soon. For any of your shipping, faxing, copying, or notarizing needs, get on down to Pack and Ship. Big or small, they ship it all. Conveniently located right off 45 on Highway 30 next to Hobby Lobby. At Pack and Ship, there are no lines. They have a kind, experienced staff ready to help you. Pack and Ship, happily serving all residents of Walker County and the surrounding areas. Pack and Ship.
At H-E-B, we know that game day is about more than the game itself. The taste of victory is unparalleled, but so is the taste of H-E-B jalapeno poppers hot off the grill. Seeing the best players in their prime is truly something to behold. So is an H-E-B Prime 1 burger that you grilled to perfection. For low prices on all the things that make game day great and delicious, visit H-E-B, your official game day headquarters, or use the Buy H-E-B app to order curbside and start prepping for game day right away.
Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back here on the Sam Houston Coaches Radio Show. I haven't had a chance to do this yet, but how are y'all doing tonight? Last show of the year, come on. Glad to have everyone here tonight. Thank y'all for coming out this evening. I want to remind you before we roll here into our final segment, they still got that smoked Texas cheesesteak over there at the counter. Fatty brisket, like Coach Hooten was talking about, it's really darn good. Peppers, onions, and jalapenos covered in queso and slapped between 2 slices of Texas toast. Go check it out. It's available until the 1st of May. All right, joining us now, our final guest on the show this year is the sophomore guard from Ashdown, Arkansas, Lamar Wilkerson. Y'all give it up for Lamar. Lamar, my friend, how are you?
I'm good. How are you, man?
I'm doing great. Glad to have you on the show, man. So, like I said,
for having me.
Absolutely. You hail from Ashdown, Arkansas. I've said it so many times this year on the radio. Just talk to me, about growing up in the natural state of Arkansas.
Man, it was a blast to me. I mean, there's not a lot to do, but, growing up down there, you got to get creative. We was outside a lot, horses, four-wheelers, stuff like that in the country. So, yeah.
What made you decide to go basketball, though?
I was a football player, played baseball and stuff, messed around, got hurt playing football. So that happened. I had to miss my basketball season, so I was like, man, I really want to go all in with basketball. Then I had a mentor, Coach Chris. He helped me a lot. So basketball was just a route for me.
So do you have any memories from playing ball back home at Ashdown?
Man, I think like my first game ever playing basketball, I went off for like 34.
Wow.
In like the 6th grade, first game ever playing basketball.
So you just tore up everybody on the court then.
Yeah, facts.
6th grade, that's tough. That's good though.
Yeah.
So you started out at Three Rivers Community College, Poplar Bluff, Missouri. What factored going the JUCO route first?
Really, came from a small school, so I didn't really have a lot of offers. Didn't have nothing. Had some D2, but everybody was in my ear telling me I'm better than D2. So take the JUCO route, see where they go, and then if all this fails, I can always go to D2. So really just took a bet on myself and then went from there.
Absolutely. What did you learn most from your time at Three Rivers?
Discipline, for sure. It was just being away from home, being by yourself, being disciplined, being within the gym, just doing what you love to do every day in, day out. And it got me here, so blessed for that.
So, talking about it, came to Sam Houston this last offseason. What was your first impression when you came here?
Man, I love Sam Houston. My first impression, I came down here. We went to Papa Do's. I had all the coaches with me. It was just a great time, laughing, giggling, stuff like that. Then we got back to the crib. Got back here. When we got back here, I went to go see the teammates, hang out with the team and stuff like that. They welcomed me with open arms. We was just, like I said, just having a good time.
So, first year, D1 level, I mean, how's it been for you?
It's been great. It's a great experience playing under Coach Hooten. You know, he reminds me a lot of my high school coach, you know, pushing me, whether, you know, I want to hear it or not, every day in, day out. You know, so it's a great experience just being here.
Talk to me about the chemistry you've just been able to build with the guys since you arrived.
Man, can't even explain it, man. It's like a brotherhood for real. It's a family. Wherever we go, we're always 14, 13 deep. So wherever we go, we're moving together. We're always, you know, smiling, even on the bus and stuff. Always encouraging each other, picking each other up, and it's just a brotherhood.
Let me ask you this before we talk some real business. Does the date November 7th mean anything to you?
Well, I don't remember November 7th.
Roll that beautiful beam footage.
Doesn't roll off the rim, and the loose ball ends up in the hands of Quay Grant with 5 seconds left to go. Lamar Wilkerson, 3 for the lead. Got it! Lamar Wilkerson with 1.3 left to go. 52-51 Bearcats. Ball is tipped, and the Bearcats have upset Oklahoma. Oh my goodness! What a finish here tonight in Norman. 52-51. Bearcats knock off the Big 12 Sooners. Unbelievable!
Oh, that never gets old.
No, that doesn't.
Never gets old, yeah. So let's talk about that for a minute. First game as a Bearcat, and you knocked down one of the biggest shots in program history. What was that like?
Man, that's a memory for sure. That's something I would tell my kids, great-grandkids, they kids. Like, it's just something that's forever going to be with me.
I mean,
to be in that moment.
What was going through your mind at that moment? I mean, the ball rolled off the rim, as I said, and then, you know, Quay's just driving downhill. You know, Quay's a playmaker, so you think he's going to go pick it up, but he just finds you off in the corner. Yeah. One of the Groves guys didn't see you at first, and then you were able to get that shot up. What was going on through your head as it went up?
Man, I knew it was good as soon as I left. It just felt good. I done hit 4 of them, so it's like when that one left, I was like, oh, yeah, that's game. That's all it. It's all it.
Like I said, one of the greatest moments in Sam Houston history, and you were an integral part of that. So I mean, that was
tough.
And that was you know, just for me personally, that was my first ever game for you guys. So that was awesome, and you know, that's a memory I'll have forever too.
Man,
so
appreciate that.
Absolutely. So let's talk some business. Gutsy win over California Baptist, and you pulled out a huge win against Southern Utah. Just thoughts on those games from your eyes?
Man, just, you know, characterizing what we do all season. You know, like Coach said, we started off the game slow. Stuck with it, knew that it was going to be a 40-minute game, like Coach says for every game, 40-minute game. So we just, you know, put our head down and just did what we do.
What have you learned most from this coaching staff since you arrived?
Defense, man. I can't stress that enough. Since I came here, that's one of the things that they just, you know, tried to put in my mind, put on me is just play defense, play both ends, you know. One end will help create the other end. So that's really what I gained from here is just how to play defense and how to be a two-way player.
You know, I talked a little bit with head coach Jason, and you've really become that X factor off the bench since JD went down. Whenever that happened, I mean, just what was going on through your mind as you knew, like, I got to step up?
Yeah, I just knew that we was down one man, you know, had to pick my brother up, and then, you know, so me and JD talked about it. He told me how he needed, you know, I was going to have to step up and be, you know, more of that player, more minutes on the floor. So, you know, I took it and I ran with it.
Yep.
Yeah.
And it's been good so far.
It's a fact.
So answer this carefully. I've asked every guy this here on the show. Just your thoughts on, you know, getting to play for that guy right there.
Man, like I said, he reminded me so much of my high school coach. And me and my high school coach still have a relationship to this day. So, I mean, I feel like as time grows, it will be the same way with Coach Hooten. You know, on and off the court, we'll have a relationship, you know. And then just making me a better person, a better man, discipline and all that stuff. So it's great playing for that guy, even though, you know, he can be a little on the edge sometimes, but it's all love, man. It's all love.
Little on the edge.
Yeah.
My lips are sealed. What's been your I'm going to throw some rapid fire your way. What's been your favorite place that we've gotten to travel to so far?
Favorite place? It'll probably be Florida. It was just the trip to Florida was just great. You know, just going, seeing. I've never been out there, so, you know, just seeing everything, seeing how they was after the tornado, you know, and then with a hurricane or whatever went through there. And then, you know, us going out there and handling business and doing what we had to do on and off the floor, man, it was just a great experience. And then walking back through the airport with the trophy, getting all the congratulations and all that, it was just, yeah.
I think my fondest memory from that is we're standing on the jetway at Fort Myers, and they're trying to bring the the banner that we had
Yeah.
going down, and y'all were all going crazy and everything, but you think
tried
like,
to take
they're
it,
going to put it in the front of the plane. Nope, they put it underneath. So just the reaction y'all gave, that was one of the favorite moments from that trip. We've had a good mix of meals on this trip. I've asked every guy this. It's been different so far, but what's your favorite meal that the guys go out and get?
Olive Garden, man. We eat that so much, man. That's the only thing I can think of is Olive Garden.
Every trip.
Every trip we're going to get Olive Garden.
Mm-hmm, that's right.
It's a fact.
It's good. It's really good.
It's all right. It's all right.
Have you had a favorite? What was your favorite meal growing up, though?
Favorite meal growing up? Anything Cajun.
Anything Cajun?
Anything Cajun.
Get me hungry, bro.
That's a fact.
What kind of music do you like to listen to before a ball game?
Rap music, for sure.
Any favorite artists in particular?
Young Boy, Lil Baby, Big Avo, a lot of artists. I got an old soul though. It's some
Okay.
some old music here and there.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. There you go. See, Coach likes that.
Yeah. Facts.
Favorite musical artist of just all time. Period.
Golly, all time. Probably Anthony Hamilton.
Okay. I've never heard his music.
Never?
No.
Get with me. I got you.
All right.
I got you.
I'll get with you in Vegas.
Got you.
Favorite athlete growing up?
Kevin Durant.
Kevin Durant.
Hands down, Kevin Durant.
What about KD?
Oklahoma City KD was crazy.
It was.
Yes, Oklahoma City KD was crazy.
Is he still your favorite now?
Yeah, it's a fact.
Even though he's in.
Wherever he go, I'm going.
Where is he now? Phoenix?
Phoenix.
Is that where he's at now?
I'm a Phoenix Suns fan.
I don't keep up with the NBA anymore. But KD was good. I mean, even back in his time at UT, I remember watching him play there, so that was good. Favorite thing to do in your spare time?
Listen to music. Yeah.
Just lay back.
Love music.
Throw the headphones on.
Not even the headphones. Like, I'll just walk around and just play it off my phone. Walk around the house just playing music.
Let me ask you this. Who's your roommate on these road trips?
Dante.
What's that like?
That's my boy, man. Dante, but never a dull moment. He got the most. It's frustrating sometimes because he got the most energy out of everybody. Like,
So
he's always jumping off walls, and he's just always got a lot of energy. But that's my guy, though.
So you can't sleep at night sometimes?
Nah, he gonna go to sleep. Dante gonna go to sleep. He used all his time playing, so he gonna go to sleep.
He'll pass. He'll just pass
that
out.
boy gonna go to sleep.
Do you have a dream vacation you've been wanting to go on?
Bora Bora.
Bora Bora.
Yeah.
It's a good trip.
Yeah.
I don't think they play any tournaments down in Bora Bora.
Nah.
Maybe they'll figure it out, or just go there on your own. You never know.
Yeah.
Favorite holiday?
Favorite holiday? Christmas.
Christmas.
Yeah. It's about the only holiday as like a athlete that you get to go home and be with your family. Like Christmas Day.
Christmas Day.
Yeah, Christmas Day.
Just getting to spend time with family and everything.
Yeah.
That's good. That's good. Do you have a favorite NBA team outside the Phoenix Suns?
Phoenix Suns.
Oh, Phoenix
man.
Suns.
Kevin Durant. Wherever Kevin Durant is, that's my team.
So you were a fan of Brooklyn before?
Fan of Brooklyn.
Ooh, you turned quick.
Yeah.
Whenever you got traded. It's all good, though. We'll see what they do this year.
Brooklyn?
No, Phoenix.
Oh, yeah. They going to win it. They got Kevin
Finally
Durant.
get one for CP3?
They got Kevin Durant. They going to win it.
All right, we'll see.
That's a fact.
We'll see. You have a favorite NFL team?
I don't even watch football like that. I don't like the Cowboys, though.
Yes.
Put that out there.
Yes!
Don't like the Cowboys. It's all right, though.
It took 8 weeks, but yes!
It's all right, though. My fault, Coach.
No.
Love the Cowboys, man.
No,
Love the
you can't
Cowboys.
Okay. Oh, wow. All right. Before this falls off the rails any further, Lamar, before I let you go, anybody you want to give a shout-out to?
My family, coaches, teammates. Let's just finish it strong, man.
That's right. Darn right. Glad to have you on the show tonight, brother. All right, y'all give it up for Lamar.
Thank you.
Absolutely. All right, folks, before we sign off here this evening, I want to remind you of what's coming up this week. Ooh, we've got a gauntlet of a week, folks, but it is going to be fun. Women's basketball, they take on Abilene Christian tomorrow night. You can catch that game on ESPN Plus and 90.5 KSHU FM. They tip at 6:30. Men's basketball, we're in Nacogdoches on Wednesday night. You can catch it on E+, as well as 101.7 KSAM, KSAM Sports on Facebook, and on the Bearcat Sports mobile app, available for download in the Apple App Store and Google Play. We'll get underway at 6 o'clock with pregame, 6:30 p.m. tip-off. Women's basketball has their senior day at Johnson Coliseum coming up on Thursday night against New Mexico State. That is a 6:30 p.m. tip-off as well. You can catch it on E+ and 90.5. And then the men's basketball will have our senior day on Friday on ESPN Plus and on KSAM as well. 6 p.m. pregame, 6:30 p.m. tip-off. And that will do it for the Sam Houston Coaches Radio Show. It has been an absolute pleasure to bring this show to you. I want to thank a lot of great folks here. Of course, this great crowd tonight that we've had here. Give yourselves a round of applause. Thank you all for coming out for our last show. Whether this was your first one or you've been at every single one, thank you very much for joining us, as well as the great folks here at True Texas Barbecue. Thank you for being gracious hosts. Zach here at HEB, they have been phenomenal in helping us get this show off the ground. Thank you all very much. And, of course, all to my main guy right here, Jordan Smith. He's been running the whole show. He even stepped in for me one night when I wasn't feeling too well. So, Jordan, thank you for all that you do here with us. And that will do it for us tonight. Come out to Johnson Coliseum whenever the teams are in. It's going to be a lot of fun, I guarantee it. You can get your tickets at GoBearcats.com. It's going to be a fun final week of conference play. Before we go, ladies and gentlemen, as always, I want to give a big 1, 2, 3, eat 'em up, Cats. Let the folks know around the conference who we mean business here down the stretch of this season. All right, so on the count of 3, 1, 2, 3. Eat 'em up, Cats. Thank you all so much for joining us here all season long, and we look forward to what's coming up this week. Good night, God bless, and so long from True Texas Barbecue.
Hey y'all, Aaron Watson here. It's great to be back on stage performing, and I'm back to let you know about First Financial Bank's Swipe to Win promotion. From now until December 31st, 2022, with every use of your First Financial Visa debit card, you will be entered into a drawing for a $49,500 certificate towards the purchase of a new vehicle. It's as simple as that. Start swiping today. No purchase necessary. Visit ffin.com/sweepstakes for official entry rules. First Financial Bank, member FDIC.
This has been the Sam Houston Coaches Show, presented by HEB. We invite you to be a part of the live audience at True Texas Barbecue next Monday evening. On behalf of Carlos Zimmerman and 101.7 KSAM, thanks for listening. And eat 'em up, Cats.